Bytes are very similar to strings, except that rather than being sequences of Unicode code points, they are sequences of, well, bytes. As such, they are used for raw binary data and fixed-width single-byte character encodings such as ASCII. As with strings, they have a simple, literal form using quotes, the first of which is prefixed by a lowercase b. There is also a bytes constructor, but it's an advanced feature and we won't cover it in this fundamentals course. At this point, it's sufficient for us to recognize bytes literals and understand that they support most of the same operations as strings, such as indexing and splitting. You'll see that the split method returns a list of bytes objects. To convert between bytes and strings, we must know the encoding of the byte sequence used to represent the string's Unicode code points as bytes. Python supports a wide variety of encodings, a full list of which can be found at python.org. Let's start with an interesting Unicode string which contains all the characters of the 29-letter Norwegian alphabet, a pangram. We'll now encode that using UTF-8 into a bytes object. See how the Norwegian characters have each been rendered as pairs of bytes. We can reverse the process using the decode method of the bytes object. Again, we must supply the correct encoding. We can check that the result is equal to what we started with, and display it for good measure. This may seem like an unnecessary detail so early in the course, especially if you operate in an Anglophone environment, but it's crucial to understand since files and network resources such as HTTP responses are transmitted as byte streams, whereas we prefer to work with the convenience of Unicode strings.